Hello and welcome back to Wealth Gambit. In today's video, we're going to be going over everything you need to know to buy a house in 2021. Here at Wealth Gambit, we recently just purchased our house and closed on April 7th, so the process is still very fresh in our minds. Today, we'll be going over the entire home buying process and including some tips and tricks that gave us an edge during the home buying process. Hopefully, these can give you an edge as well and help you close on your dream house without paying too much money. After watching this video, you'll know exactly how to buy a house in 2021 from start to finish as a beginner. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, step 0, preparation. Before you start the home buying process, make sure to have at least 2 years of employment history, whether that be W-2 or 1099. This will typically affect you if you're younger, as if you've just started your job, you might not have been there for 2 years, and even if you're getting paid good money, the banks will require you to have 2 years of work history, at least in the same field. Assuming you are good on this part, then the next step is to make sure that your credit score is bussin'. And by bussin', we mean bussin'. For more information on how to raise your credit score, we have a video specifically for that linked in the description. Also, something to note is if you're purchasing a house, they will underwrite to the person with the lowest score. So if you're purchasing a house with multiple people, make sure that everyone's on the same page. You ideally want to have everyone at least be above 700, ideally higher. Past 760, this usually does not give you a better interest rate, so the law of diminishing returns kicks in after this number, so there's really no reason to go past 760, but it is a flex. Also, if you're purchasing a house as a primary residence out of state, please be aware that lenders will ask you for a letter from your employer stating that moving to this state will not affect your income whatsoever and that you can do your job 100% remotely. I know this personally caused a lot of trouble for us because getting a letter from your boss when your boss is very busy can be quite difficult. Please note that we are not financial advisors and this is not financial advice, nor are we real estate agents. So if you have more questions, please talk to a registered professional. Anyways, assuming everything checks out, you can now officially start the home buying process. Congratulations. Step number 1, get pre-approved. I know everyone talks about this in their home buying guide. Honestly, it helps you a lot with headaches. Personally, me and my friends bought houses and started the process without being pre-approved, which caused us a major headache later on when we would find houses that we loved or really could see ourselves living in and were not able to make an offer right there and then because we were not pre-approved. In a market like it is today, where it's definitely a seller's market, houses move fast. If you find a house that you really like, you need to be able to put in an offer as soon as possible, which you're not able to do unless you're pre-approved. What you can do, however, while you're in the process of getting pre-approved is scout out the city, especially if you're moving in from a different state. Drive around the city and really get to know which areas of the city you would like to live in, because that is something that actually does require a lot of time. And while you're in the process of getting pre-approved, might as well drive around and really get to know the city, because you'd be surprised after spending a decent amount of time looking through a city, where you think you want to live and where you actually end up living may be very different. Places that you think are super nice may not actually be as nice as you think. So definitely double check and drive around in the nighttime and daytime. Also, some things to note are when getting pre-approved, it's usually better to go with a local lender rather than a national one because the local lenders know the area much better and can assist you a lot more during the home buying process. Also, tip, make sure to talk with multiple lenders and trust your instincts. If the vibe is off, the vibe is off. Personally, started with a lender, didn't really feel like the vibe was working, but we continued to work with that lender anyways. Long story short, we ended up wasting over a month's worth of time and weren't even able to get pre-approved within an entire month. That person that we were working with that couldn't get us pre-approved in an entire month also had very good reviews online. So good reviews aren't necessarily an indicator that you guys will work well together. After this, we were able to find someone that we felt like we vibed with, and that person got us pre-approved within 7 days. The difference between a lender that works well with you and not is night and day. So definitely do your due diligence and shop around. Step 2, find the right house and put in an offer fast. It is no doubt a seller's market at the moment with multiple offers and a lot of them being cash. Good houses go fast these days. So if you see one you like, not only should you schedule a viewing ASAP, but as soon as you think this is the one, immediately speak with your real estate agent about putting in an offer. Guys, you do not want to take your time and wait these days because you may regret that house accepting an offer before you've even made up your mind. But again, with it being a seller's market, the buyers on average have to bend a little more to get the house that they want than in typical market conditions. Here's some things you can expect. Waiving the appraisal contingency helps compete with cash offers. Being willing to close in 30 days or less helps the seller because oftentimes they want to close fast. No one wants to take a long time to close. Number 3, rent back agreement. And number 4, which helped us personally a lot, when closing on our house is add a personal touch. Our real estate agent, Rob, shouts out to Rob, gave the seller a really good story about why we wanted the house and how it was perfect for us, which it was. And we're living in this house today. So adding a personal touch can really, really help you get the house that you want. Because a lot of times these nice houses, the sellers have put a lot of work and time into them, and they just want to know that the next person that buys them loves the house as much as they do. With it being a seller's market and there being a shortage of supply of houses for sale and there being a lot of buyers, be prepared to not only go above list price, but also for the appraisal to potentially come in a little low and having to waive the appraisal contingency. Because if you want to be able to compete with cash offers, you may have to waive the appraisal contingency, because most likely you will go above list and the house will not appraise for the purchase price. Be prepared, that may be a possibility. Very rarely do people actually purchase houses at list price or lower these days. Step 3, cross your fingers and hope for the best. Assuming you did everything in your power to make the offer as attractive as you could, the last step is to wait until the seller gets back to you. This is the part of the process that can be stressful, because at this point there's really nothing you can do but cross your fingers and hope the universe is in your favor. For the sake of this video, we're going to assume that they accepted your offer. Congratulations. I wish I could say that was it, but not quite. First things first, you need to communicate with your mortgage broker and do everything they say. Mostly filling out a lot of paperwork and wiring money. Your mortgage broker is essentially going to be your best friend until you close on this house, because you're going to be communicating with them a lot. I mean, a lot. Buying a house involves signing more documents than you could even imagine. And that's not even talking about the documents that you'll have to sign at the title company at the very end. Also, guys, I know that your offer has been accepted, and I know that you're working with your lender and signing the documents like they're telling you to do and doing everything that they do, but make sure to not purchase any new furniture or add any big balances to your credit until your lender gives you the green light to do so. This can really, really, really mess you up if you either add a big balance to your credit card and it gets reported to the credit bureaus, which lowers your credit, or if someone like a furniture store, which will offer you financing occasionally, has to pull your credit, which again will lower your credit score. Your lender will let you know when it's okay to do these things, so make sure to talk to them first before buying any big ticket items for your house. I know it's hard if you just got your offer approved, but make sure to talk to your lender. Thank us later. Lastly, assuming you did everything that your mortgage broker required of you, signing, wiring, and all, the last step is to sign all the documents provided by the title company. For us, we drove to the title company's building, Chicago Title, went into their office and signed all their documents. And also stretch your wrists, because you're going to be signing an ungodly amount of documents. Now, after you've signed all the documents from your title company, congratulations. Talk to your real estate agent and they'll let you know when you can pick up the keys to your brand new house. That's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. If you got any value from this whatsoever, please like and subscribe. It means a lot. Let us know in the comments below. Will you be purchasing a house in 2021? And if so, what state? Anyways, until next time. Peace.